Danny took on the tough test that was Chesterfield last weekend. Grimsby a tougher test even?
Yeah, I think so. For me, they've had a brilliant start to the season. David Artell's done a fantastic job there over a period of time now. I think they're a really well coached team. I think they've got really good players, got depth in every position, recruited really, really well. Got a nice balance between younger players and senior players, and you've only got to look at their results. They're going to beat Manchester United at Blundell Park, so you don't do that unless you're a good team. So a lot to admire. A really, really tough test for us, and yeah, I look at Grimsby and genuinely the best team I've seen this season, and I think, yeah, if you finish above them, you're going to have a pretty successful season, I would have thought.
And from our point of view, you just want to build on the last two performances and results, though, don't you?
Yeah, of course. It's been good to get 2 wins, 2 different wins, but similar performances. I think we make 9 changes on Tuesday, but still you can see the identity in the team. Tuesday we had to come from behind against a really physical, direct Gillingham team that asked lots of questions of us, but I was really proud of the way the boys stood up and kept playing the way that we wanted to play. And I thought we got a really nice control and rhythm in our performance. We couldn't quite find the goal, but we showed a lot of resilience, kept going, and we were well deserving of the equaliser. And then I love the mentality of the group to then go and find the winner. And of course, when you win and you also have some young players playing as well, these are always your favourite evenings. So it was a good night for us.
And of course, was it one of the best things that knowing that now you've got like a squad of 22 players that are all ready to go of how we want to play? Yeah,
of course. This is it. It's great that the young players are really stepping up. We've got some key injuries and some experienced players unavailable to us, and young people, when you give them opportunity, I say this all the time, they can achieve amazing things and they can really surprise you. And I loved Ronnie. He's just his personality and the belief that he played with. I think in the first minute he comes and receives a throw on really deep, lets it run across because he just set it back, he lets it run across his body, switches it out and we start an attack. And then in the 94th minute, we've just scored to go 2-1 up. He could just hook it on as they've gone direct, but he drags it out of the sky, plays Harry through, and we have another counter attack. And that's the belief that you want to see in the young players, that kind of fearless mentality. And of course Sam Kafour as well, so pleased for him to make his debut. He's worked so hard for that, just come from more than a Tiptree. He's played and did really well at that level, but with all due respect to them, step 8 of English football. So for him to make the strides that he had a brilliant loan at Hornchurch and helped them get to the top of the division in the National League South at the beginning of this season. And he's an incredible physical specimen, really athletic. Still lots to do, lots to work on, but yeah, really excited for his future. And I think you look at our team in the second half, you've seen in that competition the amount of 21s teams that have gone under against senior opposition, and yet we had Tommy Smith, Harvey Aruju, Sam Kafour, Josh Powell, all 21 and under, and we really stood up to the physical test that Gillingham put on us, and not only did that, but also played the way that we wanted to. So it was a good night for us.
And one player that you left out of the squad entirely on Tuesday was Ellis Iandolo. Did Saturday on one of those rare occasions where you could literally pick and choose which minute you took him off because he wasn't going to get through 90 minutes? No. Well,
yeah, we accelerated the process because really it should have been Gillingham that he played 45 minutes in, but he's a force of nature, that kid. He's got such a great personality, he brings such a positive energy, and he was so desperate to play, and he convinced me, really. I'm not sure the medical and sports science boys, I think they were watching it from behind their hands, because we did accelerate the process a little bit, but he'd trained and he'd shown that he was in a good place, and credit to him, because I remember just before we arrived he'd been injured. I remember watching him in his comeback game against Salford, and this time around he looked so much fitter, so much stronger. Real credit to his professionalism, the way he looked after himself in that period, because to come back into that level of game and play the way he did, I thought he was exceptional for the 60 minutes that he played, and it was always the plan to give him a good training week this week, which he's had, and hopefully some more minutes come Saturday. And when you've got that level of professionalism, we've also talked about Jack Payne really looking after his body. Does that kind of thing, as well as the actual football side of it, rub off on the younger players as well? Because
that's what you want to be
I
like,
think
fit
so.
for every game.
Yeah, exactly that. And you look at Arthur Reed, like he spends a lot of time with Ellis and Payne. I think they're all in the same cast school, and Arthur was our captain Tuesday night, and I was so proud of him because he was a million miles away from being my captain when I first arrived, but he has shown such a change in the way that he looks after himself, prepares for games, recovers from games, and also like the responsibility he's starting to take with the younger players. He's gone from a young player to a senior player in front of our very eyes, and I don't give the captaincy away. You have to earn it, and he'd earned it, and then to come into the game and to play with the authority that he did and take responsibility he did in that in the final minutes to win the penalty and then score the penalty was good, and he's in a good place, which is good for us. And now the team, who've had 2 good wins at home, the challenge is to continue that consistency and also find a way of performing to a good level away from home. And we have no bigger test than Saturday, because, like I said, Grimsby are a really top team in this division.